-0 right now at 7:34. The airport. Good morning, everyone. The Alberta Animal Rescue Crew Society is caring for a lot of animals this morning after more than 88 dogs and cats are rescued over the weekend, 20 of the animals from a rural dump. ARCS was called in to check on a couple of injured dogs at the dump. What they found was a lot of animals needing help. There were dogs and cats covered in muck. A mother dog had set up a den for her puppies in the middle of the garbage. ARCS says it looks like people are abandoned.
Those guys are pretty vulnerable at that age, and same with this mom and her pups. They're only about 3 weeks old, so they can easily succumb kind of to the elements. So it was really important to bring them in before, anything happened to them.
Some of the rescued animals are at a shelter. Others are in foster homes now. ARCS has about 360 cats and about 250 dogs currently up for adoption. Calgary police need your help to crack a murder case dating back to 2012. 56-year-old Kather El-Kahib was shot while sitting in his green Ford Bronco. This was in May of 2012. The Bronco was parked in the 4300 block of 19th Avenue Southeast. That's in the community of Forest Lawn. Police are putting up posters now in this area where the murder happened. The hope is new tips will come in to help crack this case.
What we find is that people who may have seen something don't contact the police because they believe that we may have the information already or that their information is insignificant. And I can tell you there is no such thing as insignificant information.
Anyone who has information is asked to call Calgary Police, 403-266-1234. You can always call anonymously Crime Stoppers, 1-800-222-8477. More than 20 charges have been laid now against a brother and a sister accused of running a party drug pharmacy. A tip from the public kickstarting a 1-month-long investigation into this. The result, a search of an apartment in the Beltline where police found the drug GHB. It's often called liquid ecstasy. Also LSD, MDMA, cocaine, marijuana, and hashish. Police say they also found a machine pistol, 2 handguns, and lots of ammunition.
The quantities are quite large. And the variety is kind of unusual to have that variety and that quantity of drugs available in one location. We're always concerned when we see firearms in any situation, but this is clearly an organized crime group, and to have those firearms and especially that level of firepower, it's a concern.
32-year-old Eric Furlhelm faces 20 drug and firearms allegations. Eric's 35-year-old sister, Linda Furlhelm, she faces 1 count of drug trafficking. Well, Trekkies are going to love this next story. The Garrison Brewing Company in Halifax, Nova Scotia, launching a new Star Trek-themed beer this week. Klingon Warnog Rogan Drunkel Ale has a deep reddish-brown color and the aroma of cloves. Also banana. Brian Titus says the beer's release coincides with this weekend's HowlCon, an annual sci-fi convention in the city of Halifax. Time to focus in on business now. U.S. midterm elections may move markets this morning. Business editor Mike Epple joining us now. Mike, Republicans are in charge now on Capitol Hill, and that may affect the Keystone XL pipeline.
It could, because there is some talk that with the Republicans now controlling both levels of the Congress, they may put forward the passing of the Keystone XL. Whether or not that goes through to U.S. President Barack Obama, who has been hesitant to sign off on that, that remains to be seen. Do they have any type of conciliatory effort between the 2 levels of government, or do we still have political gridlock? A lot of unanswered questions, but the theory being that both sides might want to play nice over the next couple of years in advance of the 2016 presidential election. So we'll see how all this plays out. We are seeing a move to the upside, though, for TransCanada Corporation in early trade this morning, and we'll keep track of that. Also of note, however, next year you're going to have a scenario where the U.S. is going to reach its debt limit again, its borrowing limit. And of course, we've already seen that cause some problems in previous years where, again, the 2 sides can't come together. Does that lead to problems in 2015? Remains to be seen, but the early trade this morning, Ted, a positive start. Wall Street's already into record territory with the Dow up sharply in the first few minutes of trading. The price for oil, it's been all over the map this morning. Earlier it was below $77 a barrel. Now it's back above. In about an hour's time, we'll get the U.S. inventories report. And we've already heard that U.S. oil production this year is at a 4-decade high, and it's expected to show another 2 million barrels of supply in the system just over the past week. Where's the break-even point, though, for production? At $77 a barrel. Some say if it drops as low as 72, that'll force some of the higher cost producers out of the market, and then we might see a little bit of stability. The Canadian dollar starts the day at a 5-year low, 87 1/3 cents U.S. at the low this morning. You're looking at an exchange rate of almost $1.15 now if you're heading to the States. Toyota raising its profit forecast. They're already on pace for a record year for sales. They figure to make $17 billion this year. That dropping value of the yen boosting profits for a lot of their cars and trucks. And WestJet, yesterday in the conference call, talking about some new seat configurations on their planes potentially. They're bringing in new seats that are actually thinner in configuration. Leaves a little bit more legroom, but does that mean they're going to be able to add another row of seats on their planes? That remains to be seen. They're test marketing this over the next year with consumers. Ted, back to you.
All right, good stuff. Thank you, Mike. 7:39. That's business editor Mike Apple. You can hear Mike, by the way, on 660 News at 26 and 56 after the hour.